of sitting in a darkened movie theater. Everyone knows that luscious feeling. The music comes on and it fills our hearts. The music excites or frightens us and makes us cower. Makes us giggle or truly brings us to tears. Fills our heads with dreams of love or holds us and gives us solace or fills our hearts with sorrow.
I structured this project in a way I've never structured a film before. I've never found it effective in film work to give a character a theme. It's always the philosophy or the emotion or the statement of the movie that gets the, betrayal or unrequited love or whatever the movie is about that generally gets the theme. But this is the fairy tale world, and I've found it very effective to give each character or each relationship a theme. So we're thematically a very, very complex story with many little motifs, and we actually have a chart where, oh my God, those two are together, so how are we going to do that on this episode?
All of Wilfred is based around this whistling tune, which I came up, how do you call your best friend? This is Ryan's relationship with Wilfred. Like, he would whistle for the dog. Obviously, they hang out and drink and smoke cigarettes and pot, so this was a way of kind of going back to what the original relationship would be. Going between reality and the fantasy in Wilfred was what's kind of interesting, I guess. I think a lot of our compositional processes, we pick out instruments that are new to us, and for Wilfred, I recorded a lot of instruments that were broken. Out of tune, I found an auto harp that was left in the garage for I don't even know how many years, and it's out in a really unique way. Not like you detune an instrument, like you can tell like somebody did it, but if it's just been sitting around, it has kind of a unique thing to it. So that and lots of doggy toys and children's toys. So you'll hear like little squeaks and like the xylophone that's in there is not like a real one, it's a toy one that you can get at kids' stores.
I feel like a lot of the shows that I've worked on have been musically heavy. In a 42-minute show, quite often I'm scoring over 34, 35 minutes of music, so there isn't a lot of silence. And my personal preference is for more silence. I really appreciate a movie or a show that really makes you, where the story and the acting and the writing earn the music, and when the music finally kicks in, it really has an impact. I find a lot of the shows, they ask from the top to have quite a lot of music. So my favorite use of silence is just to let this bring you to the brink of tears with the acting and the writing, and then let the music finish you off, so to speak.
No Ordinary Family was actually not as difficult, because my feeling with it was, let's just give them an ordinary action score, superhero score. But then when I got into the show and found out there was going to be a lot of comedy, I thought, well, let's do it like one of my heroes, Elmer Bernstein, where it's always infused with comedy, but it's playing it straight. So even when he's running across a building and trying out spandex for the first time, and it's like I give him a serious, but then there's something, I tried to always have even the serious cues, it was comedic. Most of the actors and actresses on the shows, when they meet me, they say, "Oh." and they'll say, "Oh, see, I didn't really play that scene that way." And I said, "Yeah, I know. But now you do."
Mom! Phineas and Ferb are making a title sequence!
Phineas and Ferb is a very song-driven show, and I do about 10% of the songwriting. The show creators write probably 80-90% of the songs. It's Dan and Swampy. But I arrange, produce, and play all the instruments. They send me a song every weekend, maybe two, and it's 6 months before the episode comes out, and then I just go crazy on them. And sometimes they're like orchestrated songs about going to war, sometimes they're little love songs between the characters, sometimes they're like hard rock songs.
How long does it take you to do one song?
I try to, well, if it's a rock song, I knock it out in one day. If it's a big show tune, I'll spend more time on it.
So basically, I don't like to read the scripts. I get the scripts before the episode comes out, And I don't even watch the episode until we spot, so I have a very immediate reaction to the show, like as a fan, because I love the show. And I take the same approach when I'm writing. I just sit there and watch the show and pull an instrument off the wall and literally improvise. I don't use click usually, so I'll just hit record and then I'll just start playing.
On what instrument?
Cello or guitar or piano or prepared piano or a whole bunch of different ones. Yeah, a whole bunch of ones. And that's how I tap in, because I'm sitting there as a fan, and instead of talking about how it's affecting me, I'm actually playing it live with the scene that's going on. And once I get one instrument performance that I like through, then I layer it.
It's organic for me because I grew up loving superheroes like Spider-Man and Superman and Incredible Hulk, and having had the opportunity to write music for them is really thrilling for me. And I think there's something about the hero story that resonates for all of us, that they get to the hero status by having to rise above the challenges, and that piece of me that loves to be inspired by the triumph of will, that emotion is what gets brought out, and to bring that to life is awesome. It's a great honor.